Welcome all. This is 6 Tips for Success in this class for Psychology 442, Psychopathology of Childhood and Adolescence. This is your instructor, Professor Kristen McKay. Let's dive in. So a little bit about the overview of how this course is laid out. There's lots of different ways that Blackboard courses are created. Something to know about this class is that it is asynchronous, which means that there is no regular meeting time each week and no pre-recorded lectures for you to review. Most of the way that you're getting content this semester is through reading and through watching additional supplemental materials using the flashcards and PowerPoints that are embedded within the different learning modules each week. A new learning module will be launched each week, and you will see that appear on Mondays. You only have 1 week to complete each module, all the different components that are within it, and so it's important to start early. Assignments are embedded in each of the learning modules. So in some classes, the big assignments are in a separate folder and you have a couple of due dates that you're really thinking about for those big assignments. The thing that's great about this class is that the assignments do build on each other from week to week. And so you will be doing great if you keep up with the assignments that are assigned weekly, and all of those weekly assignments become some of the larger assignments that you're submitting at the end of the semester. Another part of how you are evaluated in this course is through exams, and exams are a part of your weekly assignments. There are 5 exams total, but you will only be graded on the top 4 exams that you take over the semester. If you choose not to take the optional final exam, then the 4 exam scores that you'll see reflected in the grade book will be those first 4 exams. Exams are spread out throughout the semester and embedded within the different learning modules. So here is success tip number 1. Schedule your learning and your study time weekly and start early. You only have 1 week to complete each module, including the readings and the assignments that are within each module. Some of the assignments are maybe a little less time intensive, and other assignments are really time intensive. So it's going to be important that you just are in the habit of diving in early. I would say either Monday night or Tuesday morning or Tuesday evening, like dive in there soon after the module is launched to start completing your reading. You can always read ahead. There's no requirement that you have to only read each chapter each week. You can read ahead and be ahead of the game too. That's always an option. Most assignments are due by 11:59 p.m. on Mondays unless otherwise stated. There are a few weeks that the due date is either on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, typically because of a holiday or spring break, and then new learning modules are opening every week on Mondays. I've created additional resource modules for you in Blackboard. It's important for you to spend some time exploring each of these. The Blackboard tutorials module gives you little overview videos about how to navigate Blackboard Ultra if you have questions. Study Tips helps you think through how to best study and what your study style might look like. Writing a college paper resources is all about how to create a paper if that is a new thing for you, and then also student resources as well give you lots of ideas about the resources the university offers for students. Success tip number 2, using the learning checklist each week. So I've created a learning checklist for you every week. It's a nice checklist to make sure that you've completed all of the pieces and parts of your learning for each module. It's nice because it's printable. You can check things off as you've completed them. And one thing that this course does require is your ability to read and comprehend a textbook. We have 1 textbook that we're using all semester, and we're reading 14 chapters of that textbook. You need to be able to know how to write a college paper and format that paper in the American Psychological Association APA 7th edition. That is the way your font looks and your formatting and your reference page, and there's lots of tiny little details. Where you put a period, what you italicize, all of that really matters. And so I do have an additional support module that I built on APA 7th edition if you need some more support. And then also you're going to do some light website design this semester as well. Don't worry, it's easier than it sounds. We're going to be using either Wix or Weebly. And I've included a lot of different tutorial videos, and you will have the option to write a paper instead of design a website if that feels easier for you. Success tip number 3, please read your syllabus and know the late policy. So our syllabus is our contract together for this semester. It's really important that you know what is in our syllabus and that you've read it through thoroughly. The syllabus is our learning contract together for the semester, and one of your week 1 assignments will be a 10-point syllabus quiz, so definitely get in there, digest it, understand the different pieces of your syllabus, and please see the syllabus for the grading policy and the point totals for each of the assignments that you're going to be evaluated on. I feel like this comes up every semester is the questions about the late policy. So it's all listed in your syllabus, but I also wanted to name it here as well. It's really important that you check Blackboard for when assignments are due and that you keep a calendar either on your phone or on paper about when things are going to be due. There is a 24-hour grace period, so I do not take any late penalty points if you're within that grace period. However, I do start deducting points for anything that's submitted based off of how many days late it is. So 1 day late, 24 hours, that's in the grace period. I will not deduct points. However, if something is 2 to 5 days late, 30% of points will be deducted automatically, even before I grade the quality of the assignment. And then 6 to 10 days late, 50% of points will be deducted. So it's still worth getting an assignment submitted, even if it's late, because some points are better than no points. But the best way to not find yourself in that situation is to know when your due dates are coming up. No assignments will be accepted for credit after 10 days late or after May 2nd, 2026, whichever comes first. So if it's 10 days late, you're not going to be getting any credit for it, unfortunately. Success tip number 4, complete the extra credit crossword puzzles. So there are chapter crossword puzzles for every chapter, and for every correct crossword puzzle that you send me a picture or a screenshot of, you will get 2 points. Now this adds up. It might not feel like very many points, but there are 14 chapters, which means there are 28 extra credit points that are built into this semester, into this class, which can really go a long way if you get a lower score on an assignment than you were expecting, or life happens and you end up turning in a assignment late. Extra credit points are going to be the way that you are going to be able to make that up. Unless you have an accommodation through the university, I often do not make special accommodations for different students, mostly because we do need to be all operating on the same schedule, making sure that we're turning assignments in on time. So if you do find that you're like, oh, I'm missing assignments from a certain week, or I have a lot going on, then extra credit points might be a way for you to be able to still keep your grade up. Success tip number 5. So know how to format your papers and your references in APA 7th edition formatting. Really important. When I was a brand new college student, I had no idea what the different formatting styles were all about, but essentially the way you start paragraphs, the font you use, the margins, the way you list your references at the very end of your paper, all of that matters, and it all needs to be in APA 7th edition style. I do have this additional module that I created to provide some support if this is new to you, but please, please, please spend the time. This will serve you for the rest of your life. I still use APA 7th edition formatting in my professional life even today. So this is a college skill set that will serve you long term. And it's really important that you know how to cite references for your paper or for your website in 7th edition formatting, and know how to just frame your paper in general. With that formatting, it makes it look really nice and professional. And then our final success tip is ask for help. Please use the message feature in Blackboard if you need to send me a message or you need to ask a question. I will be in there daily checking to see if there are messages. I love that Blackboard Ultra has the message feature because it really helps my streams of conversation with different students stay organized. It can also be really helpful for you to have one centralized place in Blackboard that you're getting responses from your different instructors for various classes. I'm always happy to help. I'm also happy to set up a time to meet you via Zoom if that is easier for you. So please do not hesitate to reach out and we can absolutely make that happen. I think we're going to have a wonderful semester together. Thank you all so much for your time and for listening.